me. Thank you. I'm really happy that I went. Sandbox is one of my favorite places to just be in Accra. I think it's because of the vibe. I love the aesthetic of the place. I love how it's designed. I love that they stay playing Afro house and Amapiano. If you know me, you know that I love me some Amapiano. I love me Afro house. I just love the vibes. It wakes my soul up, and yeah. I'm also really happy that I'm still kind of by the beach. I can still see the beach, not the beach, but the ocean from here. So now I'm just going to shower, get into my computer, and get ready for tomorrow. We usually have our House of Nine meetings on Mondays, but of course I'll be missing it tomorrow, so I'm just gonna get prepared for that as well, schedule some emails to be sent tomorrow, and yeah, get into it. Hi guys. Okay, so this is the outfit for the conference. This is how I'm looking. Let me see. There we go. This is how I am looking. Don't mind the mess. But I gotta leave literally right now so I can get there on time. And let me give you down to the beat. And back up. Looking cute. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Hi. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Pretty cool.
Movement, peace. Come on, loud. What up? Energy. Clarity. Huh? Freedom. Information, right? Power.
Reaction.
Blessings. Okay, anyone? Nourishment. Right. Said travel, right? Sustenance, right? The balance, masculine and feminine. Water is everything. Water is our gateway. Water is how we're connected to this space, this earth, this realm. Water is dynamic. It can give life, sustain life, transform life. It's dynamic. One of the most versatile elements. And the beautiful thing about water, it reminds us so eloquently that we shall return, that we are always constantly transforming. See, water can be liquid, water can be gas, water can be a solid, water can be anything that we want it to be, right? So, as we have this precious element, we want to use water in a way of calling in, right? We want to invoke. So we want to, when we pour libations, we're not calling in entities from outer space. We're invoking elements from within to arise, right? So as we pour this libation, we talked about you joining us on this boat with Repaired Nations, your boat, heading to our destination. We want you to call out an energy that helped you along the way.
If I was you and you wanted to be here, you wanted to do this in any African country, take your time, get with a group of people and work together, take turns being on the ground here, and like really get your plan together and then move together with more than one person. Me, I picked up my people along the way, but if you start strong, you can end strong. Or you can continue strong, right?
Well, when Yao asked me to do this, I think it was because of my work with the book Let the Circle Be Unbroken, which I got a few of them here too, I think. And so what I'll do is I'll talk about that a bit. And Yao is concerned about our connection as African people throughout the world, and has been experiencing some dissension between groups of us and so forth. Which is absurd, but is absolutely understandable given where we are. And that is whether we are in the States, in the Caribbean, or on this continent. Because we are, wherever we are, African people in the world, we are being dominated, orchestrated, manipulated, controlled by non-Africans, by a system of imperialism colonialism, neo-colonialism, you have it, whatever. A new form of enslavement, actually. Those of us in the States are prisoners of war. We were brought as captive workers. We remain prisoners of war. So that the way we live, the way we relate to each other tends to be determined in the interest of our enemies. Okay? So the fact that there would be, what you're experiencing, with these arguments back and forth and so forth, antagonisms, they've got to be understood in that context. Okay? Now, my work in this book came about as a result of a course that I taught at Hunter College, where John Henry Clark brought me. Let me just ask questions so that I know who I'm talking to. How many people have heard of John Henry Clark? Good. That tells me a lot. So he was my ideological father. He was my teacher. He was the one who really changed my life.
So I am back at the B&B from a really beautiful day. A really, really, really beautiful day. Just at the Repaired Nations Cooperative Conference, it was really beautiful, really divine to just see how many people showed up from the States and how many people are just doing the work to, I want to say uplift the community, but it's more than just uplift. I mean, it's uplift. I mean, uplift from a financial perspective, just uplift from a belonging perspective, and Repaired Nations really does the work when it comes to building cooperatives, buying land. They own land in California. They just bought a little bit of a rundown resort in Cape Coast. Had they not bought it, the plan was for the other person who was bidding for the land to build a casino. And you and I both know a casino is not needed in anywhere. I mean, obviously, yes, they bring in a lot of money, but obviously they're cash grabs. They're there to grab your cash. They're there to grab your money. And so that's why they bring in a lot of money. But that is just not what is needed. Ghana needs proper roads. Ghana needs so much. A casino is the last thing that should be on anyone's mind. I already took off my makeup, so I look tired. Okay, I look very tired. I'm not just tired, I'm tired. Okay. Anyways, so the conference, it was very beautiful. It was very beautiful seeing familiar faces from last year. I was supposed to speak at last year's conference, I was supposed to do a whole workshop and everything, but I lost my voice. And I couldn't even get 2 sentences out of me before I started coughing. It was just a shit show. But I'm really glad that I was able to speak this year. And actually, with how nervous I was last year, don't ask me why. I was so nervous. But I was so nervous, and I kind of feel like that nervous energy like my body was trying to protect me from whatever I was so nervous about, because I lost my voice and could not even do the workshop. I was hoping that I could, but like I said, I could not get 2 sentences out of me without coughing profusely. It was really bad. But this year things went very well. If you follow me on Instagram, The Winged Alchemist on Instagram, you'll be able to catch the entire segment. But everything that I told you that I would essentially speak of, I was able to touch on it, and just talk about the fact that trauma is passed down generationally, where trauma is actually stored in the body, how this trauma affects our behaviors in terms of our beliefs about what it is we believe we are or are not, what we believe we are or are not capable of. It affects how we relate in relationships. A lot of us have a lot of chips on our shoulders, and we don't necessarily realize or even understand where a lot of that comes from until we start talking about childhood trauma or generational trauma. And just the importance of, we talk a lot about generational wealth, but we don't talk about collective healing. The importance of us coming together to do healing work, and not from a space or perspective of a leader is going to be healing everyone in the community. I mean, utilizing everyone, putting everyone in a position to be a vessel, and then putting everyone in the position to receive. And so that's what I was able to demonstrate a little bit of. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see the full segment. We only had about 30 minutes. The full segment was about 38 minutes. So it went very well. And just being able to facilitate that and just really tap into our energy, tap into our life force, and put people in a position to where they have collective support towards healing, or they have collective support towards whatever their goals or vision is that they want to bring forth into reality. It was just very beautiful. I got a lot of really great feedback, a lot of validation. I think that how I can put it, a lot of validation, a lot of love, and it was just affirming that I want to do more of these. I want to speak more. I want to have more opportunities to talk about this work. I want to do more of that. I don't know how, but I'm putting it out into the ethers. I'm letting God know that I'm here for this. I'm ready. Maybe last year, for whatever reason, I wasn't exactly in the right mind frame or mindset or whatever. I wasn't ready, but this year I'm beyond ready, and I want to do more of that. I want to talk more about that. I want to do more retreats that are set around this healing and reality creation, and just shifting the identity and just innovation, and just tapping into our imaginations and using it for what it can be used for. Right now, a lot of us are using our imaginations to build other people's concept of what a nation is, or build other people's concept of what society should look like, or we're just using our imaginations to help other people achieve their goals, and we don't really stop and think like, wait a second, is this nation or is this system really supporting me as an individual, and or even just supporting your people or whatever. You know, I think that we need to be getting into asking more questions, and not necessarily asking these questions externally, but asking them internally and actually hearing what the answer is. I think that's something that we don't trust a lot of, is we don't trust the answers that are given to us by our one thing that came up a lot was our ancestors. We're not trusting the answers that we're intuitively receiving from God, the creator, higher self, you know, whoever. For me, I'm going to say, you know, listening to my ancestors, receiving my intuitive nudges straight from the divine, straight from God, and how I know that there's just this resonance, there's just this feeling that is very strong, where you know that is the answer, or that is what you should do. You don't want to think too much about it, because if you think too much about the response, then you might think your way out of actually taking steps towards the sign or the divine message that you've received. You don't want to think too much. You just want the heart to guide you. Where was I talking about this? I think in one of my last videos I talked a lot about aligning the heart and the mind, and its importance of the imagination and the heart coming together and creating together, and maybe not speaking exactly the same language, because they two very different things, but having the very same intention is what is very powerful. And so, yeah, that's part of what I spoke about today too, was, you know, there are two cooperatives that are very important before we get to the business-based or the community-based cooperative. And the first one is the cooperative between you and higher self. The second is the cooperative within your being. And I'm talking, you know, DNA, cells, organs, you know, just your entire being. A lot of people don't realize, they don't think that your organs hold a purpose in reality creation. It's not just about having a healthy body so that way you have a vehicle. The organs play a massive role in reality creation. You know, the brain, the organs, all of it comes together. And again, when they're all doing their own thing, maybe speaking their own language, but they're saying the same thing, that is a collective in itself that helps you to really attract. Because when I talk about organs, I'm talking about the magnetic organs, the yin or the feminine organs that are magnetic, like the kidneys, the heart, the lungs, just the liver, like tapping into these, the sexual organs, of course, like the more you do energy work in these spaces, which is the purpose of Qigong, the more you're able to intentionally like drive life force into these areas, the more you're able to clear a lot of the lower grade, not lower grade, but the denser emotions, you know, from being stored in those spaces. And when you clear the lower vibratory aspects, then you tap into a higher vibratory aspect, and it amplifies the magnetism of that organ. And if it's amplifying the magnetism of the organs, it is amplifying the magnetism of your aura. So it plays a role in the law of attraction. It plays a role in the law of assumption. It plays a role in really what you focus on in your reality. You know, I said this the other day, this is a matrix, and we decide what to focus on. We decide what to bring forth or manifest from the field. Okay? Anyways, great day today. Really happy about it. I was able to support one of the sisters, and I purchased her all natural tooth powder. So I actually use fluoride-free toothpaste, but I usually mix it with baking powder or baking soda. So when I saw that she has a nice, pretty cool concoction, it's charcoal, baking soda, clove powder, cinnamon powder, coconut oil, and peppermint oil. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think I'm going to mix in just a little bit more baking powder just to stretch it a little bit, because it's a little bit of a small case. But I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy I was able to support her business, and yeah, y'all, I'm tired. I said that earlier, but yes, I am tired. It is only 8:14, but I ordered me some waffles because I just wanted to have something sweet. So I ordered me a little bit of waffles, and I'm just gonna take a shower. I'm going to grab my waffles, and I'm going to sit down and finish watching episode 5 of From, because y'all know I love that show, and I didn't get to watch it yesterday because the lights went out. So let us pray that the lights don't go out tonight, at least not until I'm well in dream world. So yeah, and then tomorrow I'm up early, and we are going to go and source. We're gonna go and source that retreat location. So I'm really happy that I'll be able to bring you guys with me, and y'all let me know if you like that location for the retreat that I'm going to be doing here in Ghana. And it's gonna be a really good one, because we're also gonna go and check out Zatafia, a herbalist here. He actually he has his own farm. We're gonna check out his farm because he also facilitates shroom ceremonies. So that might be something we want to add to the retreat experience. So yeah, that is where we are at. And yeah, y'all, I am so done talking. My lips don't even want to move anymore, except for when I'm smacking on the waffles. Otherwise, I do not want to talk. Anyways, y'all, have a good night. See you in the morning.